good evening everyone. Good evening. I am back again on my Sunday live talk show, and today we are talking about another very interesting topic. Because I'm a mind coach, because I talk about mind and the formations of mind and how the mind behaves, etc. That is the reason why today we are talking about this very interesting topic, which is how to control your mind. आप अपने दिमाग पर कैसे काबू पा सकते हैं। और जैसे ये मैं हमेशा कहती हूँ, द वन हु कंट्रोल्स हिज माइंड, हिज और हर माइंड, दैट पर्सन कैन कंट्रोल द वर्ल्ड। माइंड में इतनी ताकत होती है, इतनी शक्ति होती है। सो आज हम उसी के बारे में बात करेंगे, एंड आई विल ऑल्सो ओपन द रूम फॉर क्वेश्चंस फॉर ऑल ऑफ यू गाइज। अगर कोई भी क्वेश्चन है आपका पर्टेनिंग टू अपने माइंड को कैसे कंट्रोल करना है, आप अपने क्वेश्चंस यहाँ पर डाल सकते हैं। Alright, so let me take a quick moment and say a quick hi to everyone who's just joined in. Ace your relationships with Iti. Hi Iti, thanks for joining in. 777 Sad, hi, joining in. Thanks for joining in. Ivan Vinoa, thanks for joining in. Ivan, motivational speaker Bipin, hi Bipin, good to see you here. Alright, so हम लोग आज कंट्रोल करने की बात कर रहे हैं। कंट्रोल अपने माइंड को, अपने थॉट्स को, अपने इमोशंस को कैसे कंट्रोल किया जाए। यू नो, वी ऑलवेज रिसीव सम अनवांटेड थॉट्स इन आवर माइंड। ये माइंड जो है हमारा एक वॉन्डरिंग डॉग की तरह होता है, एक वॉन्डरिंग पेट की तरह होता है, जो हर डायरेक्शन में भागता है। हर तरह से उसको इनपुट्स मिलते हैं, हर तरह से उसके माइंड, हमारे माइंड में थॉट्स आते हैं, फीलिंग्स आते हैं। पहले थॉट आता है, उसी से हमारी फीलिंग्स जनरेट होती हैं और वही जाकर आगे इमोशंस में कन्वर्ट हो जाती हैं। एंड वही इमोशंस की वजह से हम सैड, एंशियस, डिप्रेस्ड, एंजाइटी, ऑल ऑफ दैट वी स्टार्ट फीलिंग। नाउ व्हाट डू वी डू टू कंट्रोल दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। वी नीड टू अंडरस्टैंड कि हम हमारे थॉट्स को रोक नहीं सकते। पहली चीज तो ये ग्राउंड रूल है कि आप थॉट्स को आने से रोक नहीं सकते। आप कोई भी तरह की इनपुट जो है थॉट्स की, वो आप कभी रोक नहीं सकते। थॉट्स तो आते रहेंगे और नेचुरल टेंडेंसी उनको आने दीजिए, उनको फेस करना हमें आना चाहिए। लेकिन उन थॉट्स को कैसे कंट्रोल करना है और कैसे अपने लाइफ को चैनलाइज करना है, उसके बारे में मैं आज बात करूंगी। एंड जैसे मैंने बताया, आई एम अ माइंड कोच, सो हाउ टू डील विथ माइंड, हाउ टू रीड द पैटर्न्स ऑफ द माइंड, हाउ टू एनालाइज दोज पैटर्न्स एंड हाउ टू गो टूवर्ड्स इट टू मेक योर सेल्फ अ बेटर लाइफ, वही मैं आज बात करने वाली हूँ। आई एम गोना शेयर विथ यू अराउंड 10 टिप्स, 10 very practical tips which you can adapt in your life and change the way you think or change the way you control your mind. तो जैसे मैंने पहले कहा, the one who controls his mind controls the world. हमारा एनिमी बाहर नहीं है, हमारा एनिमी हमारे अंदर है, जो कि हमारा दिमाग है। इस दिमाग को अगर हम काबू पा सकते हैं, इस दिमाग को अगर हम कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं, डेफिनेटली लाइफ विल बी मच बेटर एंड मच फ्रूटफुल फॉर यू। तो अगर आपका रिसेंट ब्रेकअप हुआ है, अगर आपको कोई जॉब नहीं मिल रहा जिसकी वजह से आप डिप्रेशन में हैं, या अगर कोई भी और रीजन है जिसकी वजह से आपको प्रॉब्लम हो रही है लाइफ में, वो आप काबू पा सकते हैं इसके जरिए। Alright, there's a technical issue. Let me log out and log in again. Okay, fine, taken care of. Sorry, I'm so sorry guys. There was a technical glitch and I've just taken care of that. So let me quickly say hi to people who've joined in. Hi Bhavi, hi Tapadia, Vijay Kumar, hi Kareez, hi Senthil, hello Mr. Srinivas, good evening, hi Janvi, good evening, good to see you dear. So thank you for joining in all of you all, and since I said I'm talking about this amazing topic today, how to control your mind. अगर आप अपने माइंड को कंट्रोल करना जानते हैं, आप दुनिया को कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं। इवेंचुअलिटी यही है। यू नो, द प्रॉब्लम इज वी आर नॉट एबल टू कंट्रोल व्हाट हैपेंस इनसाइड आवर माइंड। वी ट्राई टू कंट्रोल आवर थॉट्स, वी ट्राई टू निगेट देम, वी ट्राई टू रिपेल देम। हम जितना अपने थॉट्स से भागेंगे, थॉट्स उतना ही हमारे पीछे आएंगे। सो आप ये अनवांटेड थॉट्स नहीं छुड़ा सकते उनका पीछा। यू कांट से प्लीज थॉट स्टॉप कमिंग, यू कांट क्लोज द डोर ऑन देम, दे विल कीप कमिंग इन। जो भी आपके लाइफ में, जो भी फेज में आप है, अगर आप ब्रेकअप के थ्रू जा रहे हैं, अगर आप डिप्रेशन में हैं, अगर आपको जॉब नहीं मिल रहा जिसकी वजह से आप एंशियस हो रहे हैं, अगर आपका बिजनेस ग्रो नहीं कर रहा जिसकी वजह से आप स्ट्रेस्ड है कि आप घर कैसे चलाएंगे, या अगर आप हाउसवाइफ है जिनके बच्चे नहीं सुन रहे आपकी बात, कोई भी और रीजन हो, माइंड में जो थॉट्स आते हैं आप उनको नेगेटिव नहीं कर सकते, आप उन्हें मना नहीं कर सकते. दे विल कीप कमिंग इन, यू नो, योर माइंड विल थ्रो थॉट्स ऑन यू. यू विल हैव टू learn to absorb them and control them. और उसी के बारे में मैं आज बात कर रही हूँ. I'm going to train you on 10 topics, 10 things, 10 very simple things that you need to do so that you can control your mind. और आप अपने माइंड को काबू में कर सकते हैं और आप अपने माइंड को अपने हिसाब से चला सकते हैं. आप अपने माइंड के हिसाब से नहीं चलेंगे, आप अपने माइंड को अपने कंट्रोल में करके आप आगे चलेंगे. सो वही मैं आपको टिप्स बताने वाली हूँ. द फर्स्ट थिंग इज आइडेंटिफाई. जैसे मैं हमेशा कहती हूँ, तो पहली चीज जब प्रॉब्लम होती है ना, प्रॉब्लम को आइडेंटिफाई करना जरूरी है. सो द फर्स्ट थिंग यू नीड टू डू इज आइडेंटिफाई योर थॉट्स, आइडेंटिफाई द पैटर्न ऑफ थॉट्स दैट यू हैव. आप अपने थॉट्स से भाग नहीं सकते, आप अपने थॉट्स से पीछा नहीं छुड़ा सकते, आप अपने थॉट्स को रोक नहीं सकते. लेकिन अगर आपने अपने थॉट्स को आइडेंटिफाई करना सीख लिया, मतलब आपने कोई पैटर्न फॉर्म जैसे हो रहा है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर मैं किसी फ्रेंड से बात कर रही हूँ और उनके साथ में उनका पार्टनर है, वो बहुत खुश है, हैप्पी गो लकी कपल है वो, और उनके साथ में मैं टाइम स्पेंड कर रही हूँ, और जब वो अपने लाइफ की अच्छी इंस्टेंसेस शेयर कर रहे हैं मेरे साथ में, और उसके वजह से आई एम फीलिंग डिप्रेस्ड, समवेयर आई एम फीलिंग सल्किश और आई एम फीलिंग सैड बिकॉज आई डोंट हैव अ पार्टनर इन माई लाइफ. दैट इज अ ट्रिगर पॉइंट फॉर मी. तो आइडेंटिफाइंग कि मेरे लिए ये ट्रिगर पॉइंट है. किसी और के लाइफ में हैप्पीनेस देखना, या अगर किसी और का पार्टनर है मेरे नहीं है, तो मैं सडनली अपने आप पे शिफ्ट कर जाती हूँ, वो एक ट्रिगर पॉइंट है. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर आप ये देख रहे हैं कि कोई सक्सेसफुल हो रहा है, आपके किसी फ्रेंड ने आपको कॉल किया और बताया कि उनको प्रमोशन मिल गया, या उन्हें जॉब मिल गई, या उनको सैलरी हाइक हो गई, या वो आउट ऑफ कंट्री जा रहे हैं पढ़ने के लिए, and आपको suddenly you start to feel jittery in your mind, you start to feel very nervous, very anxious, very upset, या irritable आप हो रहे हैं, अपने घर वालों के साथ भी irritate हो रहे हैं, तो definitely वो एक thought को ponder करने वाली बात है कि आप क्यों irritate हो रहे हैं. Is jealousy seeping into your mind? Are you feeling jealous? Are you feeling insecure कि आपके फ्रेंड को वो अपॉर्चुनिटी मिल गई, आपको नहीं मिली? सो ऐसे मैं आपको बता रही हूँ कि आपको अपने माइंड को, आपके थॉट्स को आइडेंटिफाई करना है, एक्नॉलेज करना है. और कैसे एक्नॉलेज करेंगे आप, वो भी मैं आपको बताती हूँ. व्हेन यू फील, हमेशा हमारे ऐसे अप्स एंड डाउन्स नहीं होते, मूड स्विंग्स हमेशा नहीं होते, कभी कभी कुछ ट्रिगर पॉइंट्स होते हैं. जो चीज कहते हैं ना, वेयर इट हर्ट्स द मोस्ट, वहीं पर हिट करो. सिमिलरली जहां पर आपको हर्ट ज्यादा हो रहा है, अगर उसी के बारे में कोई बात होती है, या उसी के रिलेटेड कोई इंस्टेंस होता है, कोई इवेंट होता है, तो आपको आपका मूड स्विंग होता हुआ नजर आएगा, मतलब आपका मूड अप एंड डाउन होता हुआ नजर आएगा. उस चीज को आपको जर्नल करना है, डॉक्यूमेंट करना है, लिखना है. अब मैं जर्नल क्यों बोल रही हूं, आपको ये लगेगा बहुत फनी कि इमोशंस को हम कैसे लिख सकते हैं. ट्रस्ट मी फ्रेंड्स, व्हेन यू स्टार्ट राइटिंग, हम हर चीज यहाँ पर स्टोर करते हैं, हमारे माइंड को हम ओवरलोड करते हैं. अगर मैं आपसे पूछूं लास्ट टाइम आप कब अनॉयड हुए थे, गुस्सा कब हुए थे, आपको याद रहेगा? शायद नहीं. अगर मैं आपसे पूछूं लास्ट टाइम आप डिप्रेस्ड कब फील हुए थे, आपको शायद नहीं याद रहेगा. एग्जैक्ट इंस्टेंस क्या है? क्या अगर मैं आपसे पूछूं आप लास्ट टाइम इरिटेट कब हुए थे, अपने हस्बैंड पे आप नाराज कब हुए थे, इरिटेट कब हुए थे, शायद आपको नहीं याद रहेगा. आपको पैटर्न आप कहेंगे कोई नॉर्मल सा लड़ाई हो गई थी, मैं इरिटेट हो गई थी. बट अगर आप ये चीजों को डॉक्यूमेंट करने लग जाते हो, आप जब भी, जैसे मैंने कहा, जैसे नॉर्मल हम अगर ऑफिस में होते हैं, हम अपनी हर चीज को टाइम टेबल की तरह डॉक्यूमेंट करते हैं, राइट? तो उसी तरह से आप अपने इमोशंस को भी, जब आपका इमोशन स्विंग होता है, अप एंड डाउन होता है, आप उसको जर्नल करने लग जाएंगे, डॉक्यूमेंट करने लग जाएंगे. हफ्ते 10 दिन में आप देखेंगे आपको अपना पैटर्न खुद ब खुद सामने आता हुआ नजर आएगा. यू विल सी योर सेल्फ that you are getting irritable because of 1, 2, 3 reasons. You are getting angry because of 1, 2, 3 reasons. You are getting annoyed because of 1, 2, 3 reasons. You are getting depressed because of these reasons. तो जब आप आइडेंटिफाई कर लेंगे उसको, आपके अवेयरनेस में आ जाएगा, you will be able to attack it better. जैसे कहते हैं ना, एक नोन एनिमी एक अननोन एनिमी से ज्यादा बेटर होता है, उसी तरह से ये एक नोन जो फीलिंग है, आपको जब आपकी ये फीलिंग काबू में आ जाती है कि ये मेरा ट्रिगर पॉइंट है, ये चीज के बारे में अगर कोई जिक्र करे, ये मुझे डेफिनेटली मैं उस पर वर्क कर सकती हूँ, तो डेफिनेटली आप उस पर काम कर सकते हैं. तो फर्स्ट पॉइंट दैट आई वांट टू से इज आइडेंटिफाई योर थॉट्स, आइडेंटिफाई द पैटर्न ऑफ योर थॉट्स एंड द ट्रिगर पॉइंट्स दैट यू हैव which really swings your mood up and down. All right, so I'll take a pause here and just quickly Say a hi to everyone. Hi Suchi, hi S. Agarwal, hi Suchita, Dr. Amin, good evening. Abhay, hi, good evening, good to see you here. Mukil Varnan, Abhilash, Chandan, Chandu, sorry, Dylan Demelo, hi Dylan, Raju Jain, hi, Srinivas ji, identify, document, yes, absolutely, identify and document, absolutely, very well said. Radhika, okay. Great. Good evening. So good evening everyone. So we were talking about how to control your mind and how to take charge of your mind. I'm going to share with you a certain pointers, certain tips and techniques on how you can control your mind and let your mind work for you. You don't need to work for your mind. Your mind needs to work for you. That your mind should be your slave. It should not be vice versa. So the first point that I gave you is identify, become aware of your thoughts and document your thoughts. All right. Let me take a quick question from Dr. Amin. Swati, a small request. Can you do the whole session in English? As my students are from different backgrounds, difficult to understand certain concepts and subtitles. Will help, just a suggestion. Sure, Dr. Amin. I would try to do that, but a lot of viewers are also in, Hindi listeners. So I'll try and make it English, not completely English, but try and make it English. Or else what I can do is I can repeat the pointers again in English. All right. I hope that works, Dr. Amin. Okay, so the first thing is identifying your emotions. Second is accept unwanted thoughts. Accept karna unwanted thoughts ko. Like I said earlier, you have to be aware and you need to accept it. For example, if you're going through a depression, if you're going through a breakup, if you're going through a cyclone of thoughts, accepting it is very important. The problem is we are always in denial. No, I am very strong. I will be able to handle it. I know I can do it. This is not troubling me. He's gone away. It's okay. I will let go. On the face of it, we say, I'm letting it go. I'm fine. I'm okay. I don't need support. But are you really accepting it? Are you really accepting the fact that your mind and body are in sync and they are really accepting this thought process of yours? Or are you just talking about it? So accepting those unwanted thoughts also is important. Accepting them, welcoming them, and then treating them. Accepting that, okay, I understand this is a problem that I'm going through. This is a situation which is really bringing in my emotions up and down. I'm going to now rule over it. I'm going to find strategies to take over it and not get succumbed to it or not run away from it. So that is the second point, accepting your unwanted thoughts. Yeah, Dr. Amin, thank you so much. Thank you. I hope that was, helpful. Yeah, I'll try to convert them into Hindi and English both. All right, the third point is try meditation. Now, I have always said this. I was never a believer of meditation earlier, but till about when I started last year rather, when I started meditation, I saw myself getting into a much better state of mind, getting control over my emotions, getting control over my thoughts. Initially, meditation is difficult. For someone like me, I'll be very honest with you, for someone like me who has a lot of thoughts wandering in their mind. Yeah, I have a very, very hyperactive wandering mind. Right now I will be, while talking to you also in this live also, I may have 5 parallel thoughts going on in my mind. What if the bell rings? What if my dog barks? What if my child comes in? All of those things will happen, will be going on in my mind. And, at the same time I'm talking to you. But to take control of your mind, to take control of your thoughts, to take control of your negative thoughts, most importantly, you definitely need to meditate. So if you're someone who is going through anxiety, depression, stress related issue or hypertension, etc., you definitely need to start meditation. And meditation is something which is going to let you count one thought at a time. You're not saying no to thoughts. You're just saying, I will take one step at a time. Especially mindfulness meditation, when they actually preach you on how you can be mindful, present at the moment, completely present at that particular time. It will tell you that, how you can focus on your breath, how you can focus on your energies at that point in time, and how you can welcome each thought and let it go. So when you start doing that, in the beginning, it will be a little difficult for you. In the beginning, you may feel your thoughts could be coming in, going, you may feel restless, you may feel like opening your eyes and, doing something else, but keep at it. Trust me, when you start doing meditation, even for 10 minutes every day, for the first 30 days only, you'll see the difference happening in your overall personality. your blood pressure will go down. If you're someone who's having hyper blood pressure, etc., your blood pressure will go down. Your thoughts will channelize better. You'll feel more calmer in your mind. You'll feel more in control with your emotions. So try meditation. Guided meditation works wonderful. You can try mindfulness meditation. There are a lot of videos online. YouTube videos are there. There are a lot of audio podcasts available. But definitely meditation is something which will give you a lot of control over your mind. The next thing is, okay, let me quickly say a hi to all of the people who joined in. Sobrik, hi, Nitish, thanks for joining in, Nitish. SN Shah, Ajit Kumar, Digital Pooja, hey Pooja, Priya Mehtani, Munish, and Vagmi Astrologer, Hemachandran. Hi guys, good evening. Thank you for joining in, everyone. Today we are talking about how to control your mind, that wonderful topic and that most powerful topic, because I love to talk about mind and how the mind works. Like I say, I'm a mind coach, so definitely a lot of things which I kind of study when I talk to people, when I ask them questions, when they interact with me, I try to read what's happening in their mind, what are the patterns that they go through, and that's what I'm bringing up for you, how you can control your negative emotions, how you can control your negative thoughts, and how you can control your mind eventually, so that you guide your life and life does not happen as per your mind. What is brainwashing? Dr. Amin is asking, what is brainwashing? Brainwashing is manipulation. Dr. Amin, if someone is trying to influence you in a way where they are manipulating you, when they are trying to get something done from you which is in their interest, in a very simple word, I would say that is brainwashing. There are multiple folds to brainwashing, multiple levels of brainwashing. There's hypnotherapy as well, a lot of people do, but I will not talk about that right now, because we're talking right now on how I can control my mind, how you can control your mind, and how you can be a better person yourself. The other thing that you need to do is you can change your perspective. This is called reframing. Now, when I say change your perspective, it's not that you reframe the situation to look at a positive. It's not that you try to be positive all the time. It is just that reframing, changing your perspective, looking at things from another person's perspective, not from your perspective. For example, I do that a lot, when I'm stuck somewhere in my mind, when I'm kind of not sure what's happening, or when I have to give a pep talk to myself, I generally say, I don't say I'm feeling sad or I'm feeling depressed or I'm feeling like this. I generally say, okay, Swati, what do you want to do in this situation? Okay, Swati, you are the one who's done that in the past. What do you think is the best option? So what I'm basically doing is, I'm not becoming Swati, but I'm becoming a third person altogether. And I'm asking Swati questions and I'm kind of probing her to get an answer out. When I'm doing that, basically I'm shifting my focus from being Swati, I'm becoming some other person. You're changing the perspective. You're not into the problem yourself. You're not into the thought yourself. You're actually coming out of the problem and you're behaving as if you're some other person altogether. In the bargain, what's happening is, the intensity of your emotion reduces. Because if I'm hurt, I will feel the hurt more than a third person, no matter who that person is. Even if that person is my mother, she will not feel the same pain as I'm feeling, right? So I will become my mother at that point in time, or any other person, I would say, an imaginative person, and I will start asking questions to myself, or I will start guiding myself. That ways I'm changing the perspective. I'm also looking at the situation maybe from some other person's perspective. Generally, I'll give you an example. What happens is, when, especially, in young adults, this happen. They go through a lot of relationships, especially teenagers or young adults. They go through a lot of relationships. You meet people, you like them, you're attracted, you get into a relationship. 1 or 2 months, 3 months down the line, you split. Suddenly you meet someone else, and your withdrawal symptom is to meet someone else and to get into a relationship again. So that cycle keeps going. But then when you sit down one day and you analyze, why is it that everyone leaves me in a span of 1 or 2 months or 3 months maximum? Is there a problem with me? Am I to be blamed? Am I too possessive? Am I too, impatient? Am I the one who's bad? When you ask your questions like this, what's happening is you're putting the blame onto yourself. Rather, if I change the perspective and I become a third person and say, okay, Swati, what went wrong? What happened in this relationship? Are you looking at it from your perspective only? What happened? What did that person do that you reacted in such a way? Or, so when you ask those kind of questions, you're out of the frame. It's like when I say zooming out of the problem, you're actually coming out of the problem. You're not behaving as though it is you. You're behaving as though it is someone else altogether, and you're asking questions to yourself. So changing the perspective also really, really helps a lot of times. You're not looking at the problem or the situation in hand from your own lens. You're looking at the problem with someone else's lens, and that gives you a better idea also how to come out of the problem. All right, so let me take a pause here and quickly say a hi to people who've just joined in. Munish, hi. Hema Chandran, hi. Connect, Hijayawade, Hiya Gowde, sorry, I'm so sorry. Tejash Bilani, hi. Tejash, hi. Mr. Wahal, okay. Great. Good evening, everyone. So we're discussing this particular topic, which is how to control your mind. And like I always say, the person who controls his or her mind controls the world. हमारा सबसे बड़ा दुश्मन हमारा दिमाग है और कोई नहीं है. You know, our enemy is not outside, our enemy is within us. The day when we are able to control our mind, we are able to control everything. And I'm not saying this right now. I used to say this during the second wave as well. You know, the fear is all here, the anxiety is all here, the panic attack is all here. It's not happening in the hospital bed. It's all in the mind. The day when you decide that nothing is happening to me, I'm absolutely fine, I'm absolutely physically fit and fine, nothing will really affect you. Even if it does, you will have all the means and sources to combat it. But the problem is, हम खुद ही पहले fearful हो जाते हैं, हम डरने लग जाते हैं. Oh my God, what if this happens to me? Oh my God, what if I'm in the hospital? Oh my God, what if something happens to my family members? Oh my God, what if I lose my job tomorrow? ये सारी चीजें हम fear के वजह से जो है हम उससे बाहर नहीं निकल पाते, और fear हमें जो pseudo है, जो imaginative है, जो है ही नहीं, उसके वजह से हम बहुत सारी ऐसी चीजें कर लेते हैं जो हमारे लिए हानिकारक होती हैं. So that's what I'm talking about, how to control your mind, how to control unwanted thoughts which are coming into your mind. So I've spoken about 3 elements right now, 3 or 4 powerful points that you can do. I'm going to talk about some more points now. Okay, the next thing that you can do is focus on the positives or reframe. Like I said, again, not really coax yourself into becoming positive. I'm not saying that हर situation को आप positively नहीं देख सकते. Especially, you know, you will tell me, Swati, I'm going through a depression, I'm going through a major turmoil in my life, and you are asking me to be positive. It's not possible. Yes, I acknowledge it's not possible. But looking at a situation and reframing it, मतलब अगर ये हुआ तो इसका बुरा भी हो सकता था. What is the good part about the situation? Now I'll give you an example. I just met with a car accident about 4 months back, and I was really in a bad shape. And I think a lot of you guys know, you've seen my videos on YouTube as well, where I've described it was a near-death experience. But the way I reframed it, I was actually on the bed for almost 2 months. But I reframed it in such a way that this 2 months or this 1.5 months of my bed rest has given me so many new perspectives, so much more learning about my own self, learning about who are the people in my life whom I can trust and be with, learning about overall, you know, I have done a lot of learning myself. I was able to get some time to read, learning about how life should be taken easy and not always jump into it. So मैंने भी बहुत सारी चीजें सीखी हैं, और अगर वो इंस्टेंस नहीं होता, अगर वो एक्सीडेंट नहीं होता, तो शायद इतनी नॉलेज, इतनी इंसाइट मैं अपने बारे में नहीं जान सकती थी. So my way of reframing is that, and I am thankful to God, I am grateful to God that I only broke some bones, nothing happened internally, no organ damage, etc. Otherwise it could have been really bad. So I'm thankful, and I know that I'm God's favorite child. He's helped me, He's blessed me through this eventuality which did not happen, and I'm very lucky and happy and thankful for all the blessings also which were sent to me. But my way of reframing was that I gained a lot of perspective with it. I gained a lot of insights from that episode of my life, that what is right, what is wrong. Those 2 months could give me a lot of clarity in a lot of things. I could plan ahead, I could think logically, and a lot of things went in my stride. So that is how I combated or reframed that situation. So वही मैं कह रही हूँ, when you talk about positive in your life में हर चीज हर किसी के साथ होती है. It is only how we look at it, what is our outlook towards that particular thing. अगर हम चीज को नेगेटिव में ही लेना चाहते हैं तो हम पॉजिटिव चीजों को भी नेगेटिव में लेंगे. लेकिन अगर हम एक पॉजिटिव आउटलुक रखते हैं लाइफ में, तो हर इंसान आपको लेसन देके जाता है, हर हर इवेंट आपको लेसन देता है, हर रोज आपको कोई ना कोई नई चीज सीखने को मिलती है, एंड दैट इज मेकिंग यू अ स्ट्रॉन्गर इंडिविजुअल. सो लुक एट थिंग्स फ्रॉम अ पॉजिटिव पर्सपेक्टिव, reframe how it can be changed into a positive outlook for you. All right, so I'll just take a pause here. I'm seeing a lot of questions coming up. Let me just see that. Hi Senthil. Senthil says, how can I handle difficult situation as good time and bad time? Both are part and parcel of life. So how to handle difficult situation? Like I just said, difficult situation हर किसी के life में होती है. 80%, rather 90% of our life is made up of all the things that happen to us. But how we react to the situation is what makes us different from others. There will be some person who will panic at the slightest of, for example, I have seen mothers, when the child falls down and उसको घुटने में चोट लग जाती है, नी में चोट लग जाती है, फुटबॉल खेलते हुए या whatever, the mother will go running, she will cry, she will make a hue and cry about it, she'll pick up the child in both her arms and she will rush the child to the hospital and do the stitches and everything. That is one way to look at it. But on the other side, what's happening is there's another mother who says, okay, fine, not a problem, come home, I'll apply some Dettol, I'll apply some antiseptic, and you can go back and play. Now, which of the children, imagine the plight of the child, which of the two children is going to be much stronger? Who is going to be much more, resilient in nature? Who is going to be much more positive in nature? The child, the second mother's child who's bravely handled the situation. She is not panicked, I'm sure. Both the mothers love the child the same way. हर माँ अपने बच्चे को सबसे ज़्यादा प्यार करती है, अपने से भी ज़्यादा. But the way you react to the situation, you're actually showing how the child needs to react in future life as well. He is also going to throw a panic button on anything and everything that happens in his life. So it's very important how we react to the situation. I hope that answers your question, Senthil. Difficult situations everyone faces in their life. How you handle the situation, how you maintain your calm, how you maintain your composure is what is important. And that's what I'm talking about today, how to control your mind. All right. Neeraj Dhiman, thanks for joining in, Neeraj. Parashuram, thanks for joining in. Okay. What you're saying is there's a gift in everything that happens. We need to just change our perspective. Absolutely, absolutely. Very well phrased, Srinivas. Thank you so much. Srinivas always gives me wonderful examples and wonderful situations. Thank you so much. So there's a gift in everything that happens. हर एक चीज जो लाइफ में हमारी आती है वो एक बढ़िया सी गिफ्ट है. भगवान ने अगर हमें, मैं बहुत बार बोलती हूँ अपने आप को भी, when I talk to myself, I keep, sometimes when I'm low and out, I keep saying, why does God choose me for all the, all the struggles in life? And why does everything negative happen to me? Why does all the hardship happen to me only? But then the very next moment I say, isn't it a good thing? Because God has given me so many hardships, I was able to learn to combat all of that. And today, if something negative happens to me, some problem comes into my mind, what is my immediate reaction or repulse? I would say, bring it on. I would say bring it on, because मैंने इतना कुछ देख लिया है, ये तो कुछ भी नहीं है. I feel like if something so bad has happened, this is just nothing. So that's my way of repulsion, my way of, taking it. And every obstacle is a gift for me, because I'm learning from every obstacle God is throwing at me. All right. Hi, Saili. Thanks for joining in. Good to see you here, dear. Beautiful example, Swati. It's important how we parent out our mind. Absolutely. How we parent our mind, or how we parents, decide or react in front of our children is very, very important, because that's the way they grow up. If you are very docile, very submissive, very panicky in front of your children, you react and become very anxious in front of your children, they'll also become that. They'll eventually learn the traits from the parents. Subconsciously, our children are modeling us, right? They are looking at us and they are subconsciously following what we are saying. We don't want to preach, but they're actually looking and following our actions. So that's what it is. So here we are talking about how to control your mind. I've already shared about 4 to 5 tips with you. The next one is try guided imagery. Now, what do I mean by saying guided imagery? Guided imagery is like a meditation only, but an imagery meditation, which means and that's something which I always keep saying in my goal setting workshops as well. A visual imagery or a visualization technique really works wonders when you have to control your mind. Basically, what I'm trying to say is when you visualize something in front of you, if you want to become something, if you want to go and aspire something, for example, if you want a job, you've been looking for a job, you're not getting one. If you manifest that, if you aspire to become that, if you visualize that, not only closing your eyes and thinking about it, but visualize it, bring it into your conscious, bring all your senses into it, feel the way it feels to be having a job, sitting on that desk, see that you're sitting on that desk and working on the computer. Let your feeling, let your hearing, all your senses sink into that moment. When you do that and when you practice that, again, repetition is the mother of all learning. When I say visualization techniques or meditation techniques or anything, it's not just about doing it once and forgetting about it. Ye nahi hota. All these practices that I'm talking about, they need to be routine every day, daily, no matter what. It should be a part of your routine. Visualization, meditation, if you're doing it, gratitude journal. It's not like you write it once on 1st of January and then you forget it and write on the 1st of February. It's not going to work. If you're writing your gratitude journal, it has to be done every day. If you're writing your wish list journal, it has to be every day. And you will slowly start to see the merit. I've been writing my gratitude journal for the last 2.5 years now, and I'm seeing miracles happening in my life. I mean, really, I cannot say that what I asked for I did not get. I have got everything that I asked for. But the problem is we don't acknowledge that because we don't write it down. And that's why I say all these wonderful tips and techniques which so many people talk about, our mentors talk about, you need to really bring it into your life and practice it day in and day out, and you will see the difference. You will see that your life is changing drastically and you're really becoming a better version of your own self. So try guided imagery. If you want assistance, you can reach out to me. I can help you on how you can learn visualization techniques, how you can become a strong visualization master, and how you can, visualize things which can happen to you, go for goal setting, for bringing in calmness. Like we say, there's an anchoring technique in NLP, which is to get yourself in a state of mind that you desire. अगर आपको calm state of mind चाहिए, तो वो कैसे लेके आ सकते हैं? Within a fraction of a second. अगर आपको confident state of mind चाहिए, वो कैसे ला सकते हैं? Within a minute's time. अगर आपको अपने peak performance में जाना है, वो कैसे जा सकते हैं? Within a minute's time. All these can be learned through anchoring techniques in NLP that we teach. So if you want to get more information, DM me. I will be more than happy to teach you that technique, because those techniques are really powerful. They can get you into a state of mind that you desire. Imagine you're controlling your mind. You're pressing the remote button and saying, I want to be happy. You're pressing that remote button and saying, I want to be confident. You're pressing that button and saying, I want to be absolutely composed in mind, calm in mind. So all of these techniques I can teach you, and we can, use that to leverage our mind to better and control our mind in a better way. So try visualization techniques as well. And if you, like I said, if you want to reach out for anchoring techniques, please do reach out to me. The next point is writing it out. Like I said, journaling. In the beginning, I said emotions, journaling kar lo, apne emotions ko document kar lo. Trust me, writing anything down. What happens is we have a lot of things stored in our mind. And that's the reason why I always have a diary along with me. Even when I'm doing a live session, I have a diary with me, because I don't know what comes into my mind and I just want to document it. Documenting it, writing things down really brings a very, it channelizes everything. We have so much stored in our mind. We may be having an idea, write it down. We may be having a thought, why it's coming up, write it down. We may be having a plan of action, how to deal with that thought, write it down. When you write down things, when you have a pen and paper handy and when you pen it down, things become more clearer. Hum kabhi, when things are in our mind, like I say, it's always very foggy. It's always very hazy. But when you have it on paper, it's very clear in front of you. What do you want? How do you come out of that situation? You will come out of your answers your own self. So writing it out is a very wonderful practice. Writing meaning, I'm not saying always take a notepad and write it down. You can have a journal or a diary in your laptop or on your mobile, whatever you feel is comfortable. And writing down your feelings, writing down what's happening in your day, आपका दिन कैसा था, क्या क्या चीज़ें आपके साथ हुई, आपके गोल्स की तरफ आप कैसे गए, आपके प्लान्स की तरफ आपने कितना काम किया, कितना नहीं किया. It becomes like your subordinate partner, it becomes like you're talking to someone. And then when you're writing down, it becomes, you are actually becoming easier person to express your feelings to a third person as well. A lot of times when people come to me for coaching, they're very hesitant. They naturally, we are not taught to express ourselves. बचपन से क्या होता है, जब हम लोग डिप्रेस्ड होते हैं, सैड होते हैं, तो माँ बाप चुप करा देते हैं. It's okay, don't cry, relax, everything will be fine, relax. That's the natural tendency. So we learn to just shut ourselves and say relax. आपको अपने फीलिंग्स को एक्सप्रेस करना भी आना चाहिए. अगर वो नहीं हुआ तो क्या होगा, आपकी फीलिंग्स बॉटल अप हो जाएंगी, आपके अंदर रहती जाएंगी. यू आर बॉटलिंग अप योर फीलिंग्स एंड वन डे इट विल बर्स्ट लाइक अ वोल्केनो. You will not come to know, your mind will explode like a volcano. So don't store so much in your mind which you really can't handle. At some point in time, it will blast and you will really went out in a very bad way. And it could actually, I've seen things backfire in relationships, at workplace, at official places, corporate houses, lot of things, just because of this, that we are not talking, we are not expressing at the right time. We are bottling ourselves, we are keeping it to ourselves. So the best way to a starting point would be write it out. Write out whatever you feel. If you feel good, bad, ugly, whatever, write it down. Gratitude ho, ya wish list ho, ya goals ho, ya anything that you want to share. Write down, make a small journal. What will happen is, at least you will feel more comfortable when you do that. It's like, you get a friend and you vomit out whatever is happening in your life. That will be more like a friend to you, and it will help you really reduce your anxiety or stress. I recommend strongly anyone who's going through any stress or depression in life, start writing it down. Okay, let me quickly see what are the questions coming up. Srinivas says, visualization is indeed powerful for rewiring pathways of thinking. Absolutely. Hey Meera, thanks for joining in, Meera. To-do list and time management make the things easier in professional and personal goal. In this new year, I have started following it. Wonderful, Senthil. Thank you very much. I am very proud of you. I keep harping about to-do list and time management techniques. So I'm very glad to see that, you're accepting that and you're following that. I'm very happy. So please keep it up. And you will see, when you write down things, when you maintain your to-do list, you will achieve remarkable miracles in life. I will not say achievements, but miracles in life. We are taught to suppress our emotions. Absolutely, Srinivas. यही हमें बचपन से सिखाया जाता है. Suppress your emotions. Don't talk to people. What you are not supposed to talk about your family affairs outside. What's happening within you, you're not supposed to share it with people. So we are used to bottling up ourselves. But the day when you realize the power of writing, the power of journaling, and you're not writing because you want to publish a book. No. So you don't have to write like in beautiful language or in exorbitant phrases. You don't need to do that. आपके मन में जो भी है, रात को बैठ के या सुबह सुबह बैठ के, जब भी आपको टाइम मिले, आप बस उसको निकालिए बाहर. It's like, finding someone who's a friend or a mentor or a coach, and you're just venting out to that person. A lot of times people come to me, and I'm not saying that because it is, but it's surprising, especially in the COVID situation. A lot of people came to me. I don't want any solutions, Swati. I just wanted to talk to you. I just wanted someone to hear me out. That's such a it's so pity, I would say, not powerful, but pity. I don't sympathize with them, or I don't empathize with them. Obviously, I feel that every single individual on this earth needs to have someone to talk to. If you don't have that, it's really, really I don't know how many. We have so many billions of people across the globe, but if one person does not have a single person to talk to in life, because we are so busy, what is the point of so much achievement in life? If we are so busy to even listen to our people, listen to our own family members, listen to our own brothers and sisters, listen to our parents, listen to our partners, living in the same house, if you are looking for people outside, it's a pain. It's such a sorry thing to say. But yes, any which ways, there are multiple ways to resort to it. आप सबसे पहले journaling शुरू कर दीजिए. And the second thing I would want to say is, if you can express yourself outside, please look for a coach or a mentor or a guide to help you, or a therapist to help you, so that you can really control your depression or anxiety or stress that you're going through, because these things should not be taken lightly. these things further result into many fatal diseases as well. You could get into hyper blood pressure or cardiac diseases as well. So just be very careful about it. All right, try the next point is, okay, let me quickly see if there are any more people who've joined in or any questions. Okay, yes, Srinivas, absolutely rightly said. I was coming to that point. Self-talk also helps. Self-talk, but self-talk has to be positive self-talk. Like I said, I always keep talking to me. Whenever I'm stuck, whenever I feel low, the first person and the only person I talk to is myself. That's why all my friends say, Swati, तुझसे बात करके फायदा नहीं है, because तुझे अपने प्रॉब्लम का सोल्यूशन पहले ही पता होता है. That's because I do a lot of self-talking myself. And I kind of become my coach or my mentor or my guide, whatever, and I try to pull myself out. Possible, not all the time, but yeah, as much as possible. But when you do self-talk, very importantly is that you do positive self-talk. Whatever narrative goes in your mind, that is something which you will start to believe. That is something which will start to live. If you believe that you're a failure, if you talk about, oh, you're a failure, Swati, you're a loser. This time also you did not achieve it. This time also you could not make it. Why is this happening to you all the time? What is happening to you? Why are you going down the drain? If your narrative is like that, you're going to be sinking in further. But you need to change your narrative. You need to make affirmations, self-narrative affirmations, which means I am proud of myself. I know what I've achieved. I can make it. I'm sure I will do it. And that's the reason why I say gratitude journaling is very important. Because when you literally write down what are the good things that are happening to you in your life, what are the positive things that is happening to you every day, day in and day out, you will start to realize yourself that you are not a normal human being. You're unique. Every single day you're getting 3 reasons to be grateful for. That's a big thing. Not everyone has that luxury, So when you start to do that and when you start to reflect on your gratitude journal after 20, 30, 40 days or maybe after a year, you will see you've walked a long path, a long journey, and you have been blessed with so many good things in your life. One more wonderful thing that I recently saw is making a gratitude jar. A lot of people do that and it's also very nice and sweet and powerful. A gratitude jar will be like, a small jar or a bowl you can have a crystal bowl or a normal bowl, whatever, and every day you just need to write one small chit and write down what you are grateful for that particular day. What was the most happiest and grateful moment for you for that particular day? Before you end your day, you just write that one thing, and obviously you have to make sure that you don't repeat it. Matlab, thank you God for giving me food and water, thank you God for giving me food and water, thank you God for giving me food and water nahi hona chahiye. It should be something different every day. For example, the smallest of things. I went to the market today and I met one of my old friends and we chatted for half an hour. That's a good thing, that's a very happy, grateful moment. I did a live session today and there were so many people who joined in and appreciated me. That's a good thing. So when you write such things and after 30 days or 40 days, when you open that gratitude jar, it's like a lovely surprise of a Pandora's box opening in front of you. And when you read it out one by one, it's like you're reading your appreciations. It's like you're reading your, compliments for yourself. When we get compliments, हम खुश होते हैं ना, उसी तरह से जब हम ये ग्रैटिट्यूड के पन्नों में से हम खोलकर पढ़ते हैं, वो भी हमें बहुत अच्छा लगता है. क्योंकि क्या होता है 30 दिनों में, 2 महीनों में हम भूल चुके हैं कि हमारी लाइफ में क्या अच्छा हुआ था 1 महीने पहले. कैसे सडनली किसी ने हमें हाय बोला था आके और हमारे साथ इंटरेक्शन किया था, कैसे एक रिक्शा वाले ने हमें बहुत अच्छा फील करवाया था, कैसे हमारे पार्टनर ने हमें एक स्पेशल सरप्राइज दिया था. ये सारी छोटी छोटी बातें हम भूल जाते हैं. लेकिन ऐसे जब ग्रैटिट्यूड जर्नल में आप डॉक्यूमेंट करते हैं या ऐसा कोई ग्रैटिट्यूड जार आप बनाते हैं जिसके थ्रू आप उसको खोलकर अपनी ब्लेसिंग्स, अपनी खुशियां काउंट कर सकते हैं, ट्रस्ट मी, योर हैप्पीनेस कोशेंट गोज 10x. 10 गुना ज्यादा आपका हैप्पीनेस कोशेंट बढ़ जाता है. आपको अपने आप के ऊपर कॉन्फिडेंस आने लग जाता है. यू फील सेल्फ वर्थ, यू फील सेल्फ लव, एंड यू आर एबल टू, ऑब्वियसली व्हेन यू, दैट इज द स्टार्टिंग पॉइंट ऑफ कंट्रोलिंग योर माइंड. आपका माइंड तब वॉन्डर करता है जब आप खुद अपने माइंड के कंट्रोल में, अपने आप को कंट्रोल में नहीं रखते. तो जब आप ये सब चीजें करने लग जाते हैं, यू आर ऑटोमेटिकली लर्निंग टू कंट्रोल योर माइंड एज वेल. ऑल राइट, लेट मी टेक अ पॉज हियर. Sorry. Kkin.star, hi, thanks for joining in. Mohan Krishnan, hi, thanks for joining in. So we were talking about how to control your mind, and I've shared pretty many examples or tips by now. You can go through the entire video. I will put it up in my IGTV and you can see all the tips that I shared with you. A couple of more tips I will share before I end up the session. I have another 10 minutes. अगर आपके भी कोई सवाल है, please feel free to write your questions in the chat box. I will take up all your questions today. Okay, try focused distractions. Now what is this? Focused distractions. Today only someone was asking me, I was taking a session and someone was telling me, Swati, I can't control all the negative, unwanted thoughts that keep coming in. I really like this person. He dumped me. I didn't get a closure. All of those things happen. And this is normal in a relationship. This is normal. You don't get along completely 100%. You don't go right till the end with one person. There are many things that keep happening, right? But because of not getting closure or because of not having a proper amicable solution out of it, she is getting really depressed. She's getting into a zone. She has thought loops, I would say. So उसको डिस्ट्रैक्ट करने के क्या सॉल्यूशंस हो सकते हैं? पहली सॉल्यूशन ये है कि आप अपना एक रूटीन बनाइए, और ये बहुत इंपॉर्टेंट है. माइंड को कंट्रोल करने के लिए भी माइंड को डिसिप्लिन का मतलब जानना जरूरी है. व्हाट इज डिसिप्लिन? डज योर माइंड नो व्हाट डिसिप्लिन मीन्स इन लाइफ? व्हेन यू आर एबल टू discipline your mind, all these problems of anxiety, stress, depression, overthinking, everything will stop. Why? Because you're telling your mind, this time I'm getting up, this time I'm eating my food, this time I'm going to the gym, this time I'm going for lunch, this time I'm going to office, this time I'm doing. So you're literally training your mind to work efficiently as you want. And when you're having unwanted thoughts as well, and when you want to control those thoughts, you just have to say stop. Give a name to your mind. Say, for example, I say my mind's name is Sarah. For example, I just say stop Sarah. Once, twice, thrice, I say stop Sarah, stop Sarah, stop Sarah. 3 times मैंने बोला और मैंने ये थॉट को भगा दिया या मैंने वो थॉट को कंट्रोल कर दिया. बट पहली चीज, ये ऐसे सडनली नहीं होगा. पहली चीज, आपको अपने माइंड को डिसिप्लिन का मतलब बताना है. सो फॉर technically and psychologically speaking as well, people who have a well disciplined, well routined life, they don't generally get into the loop of overthinking. Generally, I'm not saying not everyone happens to do that. People who have routine also get into the overthinking habit sometimes, but generally अगर आप देखेंगे जिनका एक proper अच्छा सा regime है, एक routine है, get up on time, have some exercise, do some exercises for yourself, go for yoga, meditation, whatever, come back, eat healthy, focus on your health as well. Do all this is what? All this is self-care. And in the bargain, आप अपने mind को train कर रहे हैं कि इस time पे ये करना है, ऐसे करेंगे तो ये होगा, ऐसा खाएंगे तो ऐसा होगा, आपकी body healthy रहेगी, mind healthy रहेगा. जब आप ये सारी चीजें कर रहे हैं और फिर उसके बाद में आप अपने माइंड को डिस्ट्रैक्शन सिखाते हैं. डिस्ट्रैक्शन मतलब, अगर मैं, जैसे हमने ये जनरली सुना है कि अगर हम कोई सैड म्यूजिक सुनते हैं, कोई सैड म्यूजिक, मेलोड्रामेटिक, रोमांटिक म्यूजिक सुनते हैं बैक इन द डेज, नाइस मेलोड्रामेटिक म्यूजिक, और व्हेन यू लिसन टू सम म्यूजिक which you can relate to your partner, ex-partner or ex-boyfriend, girlfriend, whatever, suddenly all those memories start coming in, all those thoughts start coming in, and when you get those happy memories, suddenly a jolt of negative memory also comes in. कैसे आपका breakup हुआ, कैसे उसने आपके साथ में बुरा बर्ताव किया, कैसे रूडली ब्रेकअप कर दिया, और कैसे उसके बाद वो एब्सकॉन्ड हो गया या व्हाटएवर हैपेंड. सो ये जो है, ये थॉट पैटर्न होता है, राइट? जब भी आप वो स्लो म्यूजिक चलाते हैं, वो रोमांटिक म्यूजिक चलाते हैं, ऐसा पैटर्न आपके आ जाता है. जब आप उसको आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं और जब आप उसको डिस्ट्रैक्शन से डील करते हैं, मतलब ये नहीं कि आप भाग रहे हो लेकिन आप डिस्ट्रैक्शन कर रहे हो. जब भी कोई नेगेटिव थॉट प्रोसेस आया या ऐसे कोई रोमांटिक म्यूजिक आया, टू कट इट ऑफ, इमीडिएटली पुट सम अपबीट म्यूजिक, some completely opposite type of music, which can get you into a zone. It will not allow your mind to think only. Just distract your mind completely, or do some physical activity at that point in time, or try to do, some physical work. What I do sometimes is when I feel a little worked out, or feel a little low on energy, or I feel a little low in my mind, I try to work things. I try to do the house chores. I try to clean up the cupboard, or I try to do the dishes, or I try to clean my fish tank, or anything like that. But वो 1 घंटे में या वो आधे घंटे में जो मैंने अपने माइंड को डिस्ट्रैक्ट किया है, उससे क्या हुआ है कि वो नेगेटिव लूप जो है वो suddenly stop हो गया है. And then I can sit down, I can think on how I can work on that negative thought. But at that point in time, I need to take control of my negative thought. And that's why I say, try to focus on distractions. Healthy distractions which can take you off that entire zone. नहीं तो क्या होगा, आप loop में चले जाएंगे, thinking, overthinking, and that's when, all the negative things start to happen. Alright, let me take a pause here and let me quickly say a hi to Bhavi, Pooja Marwa. Hi Pooja, good to see you there. Sudhan V. Harry, hi Sudhan. Vinosharan, hi, thanks for joining in. So, and Bhavi has a question which is how to overcome overthinking. Bhavi, I think you just asked the question at the nick of the time. I just answered that question. Overthinking is also about, understanding, identifying your thought, which point of thought or which thought really triggers multiple thoughts. एक thought होता है जिसके थ्रू आप loop बन जाता है. हर थॉट से लूप नहीं बनता. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, आज मुझे एक थॉट आया कि मुझे आज राजमा चावल नहीं खाना, मुझे पनीर की भुर्जी खानी है. उससे मेरा लूप नहीं बनेगा क्योंकि वो मेरे लिए कोई नेगेटिव थॉट नहीं है, मेरे लिए कोई अननेसेसरी थॉट नहीं है. इट इज जस्ट कि आई एम कंफ्यूज कि मुझे ये खाना चाहिए या ये खाना चाहिए. लेकिन अगर बात आती है, सपोजिंग माई पेन एरिया इज अ रिलेशनशिप प्रॉब्लम, फॉर एग्जाम्पल, अगर बात आती है रिलेशनशिप की, फॉर एग्जाम्पल मैं किसी दो लोगों को पार्क में चलते हुए देख लेती हूँ, हाथ में हाथ डाले चलते हुए देख लेती हूँ. सडनली मुझे एक थॉट आता है, ओ हाउ लकी दे आर, आई यूज्ड टू आल्सो स्टैंड विथ माय बॉयफ्रेंड लाइक दिस ओनली. एंड देन आई स्टार्ट टू थिंक, ओ माय गॉड, हम पहले ऐसे मिले थे, हमने ऐसे किया था, हम यहाँ इतने सालों तक साथ में थे, सडनली ऐसा ब्रेकअप हो गया, ऐसा मेरे साथ क्यों हुआ, सबके साथ तो नहीं होता, लुक एट दोस पीपल, दे आर सो हैप्पी. So, that is the kind of loop that I'm talking about. What is the trigger that actually triggered you? I'm not saying don't look at people holding hands in the park. That is not what you're supposed to do. But when you identify the trigger, which really, switches your emotion, that is when you will be able to work on that. And that's where you need to understand, Bhavi, आपका overthinking जो है वो कौन से thought से शुरू होता है. So I would suggest, like I suggested in the beginning of my session today, डॉक्यूमेंट करना सीखिए, अपने इमोशनल जर्नलिंग कीजिए. जो थॉट आपको मल्टीपल लूप्स प्रोड्यूस करता है, उस थॉट को डॉक्यूमेंट कीजिए. फिर उसके बाद ही आप उस पर काम कर पाएंगे और उस पर आप वर्क कर पाएंगे कि उस थॉट को कैसे आपको निगेट करना है या कैसे हैंडल करना है. ऑलराइट, आई होप दैट आंसर्ड योर क्वेश्चन, भावी. Sukumar, Santi, thanks for joining in. Sai, Sunavne, hi, thanks for joining in, Sai. So I'm here now, guys, for another 5-7 minutes. If you have any further questions regarding this particular topic, कि अपने mind को कैसे control करना चाहिए, how to control your mind. And like I always say, I'll repeat myself, that the person who learns to control his or her mind controls the world around. You cannot नॉट कंट्रोल योर माइंड. अगर आपने अपने माइंड को कंट्रोल नहीं किया, कोई और सीख जाएगा और वो आपके लिए बहुत डेंजरस होगा, बहुत हानिकारक होगा. सो लर्न टू कंट्रोल योर माइंड. आई हैव गिवन अवे some amazing tips for you in this video today. Go ahead and look at the video. The last point that I'd like to say, I think I'll just quickly do a summarization of that. I said you need to identify your trigger emotions, become aware of them, don't run away from them, but become aware of your unwanted thoughts that are coming to you by writing down a journal or journaling your emotions. I also talked about when you learn to identify, you need to accept them as well. Accept कीजिए कि emotion है, आपको trouble कर रहा है, हमें denial mode में नहीं जाना है. जब आप किसी चीज़ को accept करते हैं ना, उस पर आप वर्क करना ज़्यादा आसान हो जाता है. अगर मैं एक्सेप्ट करूँ कि हाँ मुझे थोड़ा फैट लूज करना है, आई एम अ लिटिल फैट, आई एम अ लिटिल ओबीज, आई नीड टू लूज सम फैट, एक्सेप्ट करने के बाद ही तो आप उस पर वर्क करोगे. अगर आप एक्सेप्ट ही नहीं करोगे डिनायल मोड में, आप कभी भी नहीं उस पर काम कर पाओगे. The third thing is, when you do that, try different techniques. Some of the techniques are meditation, mindfulness meditation, या just meditation, simple breathing पे focus करना. उससे क्या होगा, आप एक thought को एक time पे deal कर पाएंगे. You will learn to tell your mind कि मैं एक time पे एक ही बात सुन सकती हूँ, एक ही thought ले सकती हूँ. So you will learn to handle your mind. The second thing that you can do is visualization or guided imagery. Guided imagery really helps you to focus on the future aspect of what you want and get you into a calm state of mind. The fifth point that I said is anchoring. There are a lot of anchoring techniques in NLP, and if any one of you wants to learn more about it, you can DM me. I would love to teach you on how you can have a calm state of mind, any state of mind that you want, by doing anchoring techniques. The next point is I said that you need to have a routine in life. जब आपका एक रूटीन होता है, जब आपका डिसिप्लिन होता है, आप अपने माइंड को डिसिप्लिन सिखा रहे हैं, तभी तो कहते हैं बचपन में हमें जो सिखाया जाता है ना उसको हमें आगे भी फॉलो करना है. स्कूल में जब हम डिसिप्लिन थे हम इतना ओवरथिंक नहीं करते थे, हम इतना ज्यादा नहीं सोचते थे कि इसने मेरे बारे में ऐसा क्यों बोला, उसने मेरे बारे में ऐसा क्यों सोचा. जब हम एक डिसिप्लिन नहीं फॉलो करते ना, जब हमारे माइंड को डिसिप्लिन का मतलब नहीं पता, तब हमारा ओवर थिंकिंग मल्टीपल थिंग्स हो जाती है. वन ऑफ द थिंग्स, अदर थिंग्स दैट आई ऑल्सो वांटेड टू शेयर हियर इज for all the people who sleep late or who have this pattern in mind that after 11 o'clock or after 10 o'clock because they are not getting sleeplessness issue है, इसलिए वो सोशल मीडिया पे है, वो मीम्स देख रहे हैं या रील्स देख रहे हैं या वीडियोस देख रहे हैं या कोटेशंस देख रहे हैं. I would say it is very dangerous. That is the starting point of overthinking. Trust me, everyone who's gone through a depression or a breakup or a heartache has gone through all these patterns of things. So first thing I would want to say is after 11 o'clock, keep your phone aside, go to sleep. Push yourself to sleep. Learn to control your emotions. Learn to control your urge of getting onto the phone and looking at social media. Because यही चीजें होती हैं सोशल मीडिया में, आपके जो इमोशंस को आपको लगेगा हाँ ये कोट मेरे लिए बहुत रेलेवेंट है, ऐसा ही मेरे साथ हुआ है, ये दर्दनाक हादसा मेरे साथ हुआ है. बट वो दर्दनाक कोट्स ही इसीलिए है कि आपके इमोशंस ट्रिगर हो. उस टाइम पे आपको नहीं देखना है. आपके कभी भी आपने नोटिस किया होगा आपकी ओवर थिंकिंग दिन के बीच में नहीं होती, जब आपका काम होता है, जब आपके बॉस ने आपको इतना सारा काम दिया है या आपके पेरेंट्स ने आपको कुछ कहा है या आप स्टडीज कर रहे हो, तब आप ओवर थिंक नहीं करोगे. जब आप रात के अंधेरे में एट द डार्क टाइम ऑफ द नाइट, you are sitting all by yourself, that's when all these overthinking thoughts come to your mind and you need to learn to get rid of them. So the first thing is get routine in your life, get a physical activity maintained in your life, and the second is please switch off your phones or keep them on silent or get them away from your sight after 11 o'clock in the night. Trust me, these two things will really help you in a long run. All right. And at the end, I would say, please feel free to reach out to a therapist or a coach or a mentor or a counselor if you have any problems. If you really want to explore your mind, if you want to control your mind, you can always reach out to coaches. They are specializing in this. Like I said, I'm a mind coach. I specialize in working on mind patterns. आपका माइंड किस पैटर्न पे ट्रिगर होता है, किस पैटर्न पे काम करता है, किस चीज को एक्सेप्ट करता है, किस चीज को नहीं एक्सेप्ट करता, कौन सी बिलीव्स आप अपनाते हैं, कौन सी बिलीव्स आप नहीं अपनाते हैं. आई कैन हेल्प यू आइडेंटिफाई ऑल ऑफ दोज and help you in learning to combat all of those as well. So if you have any question on that, please feel free to reach out to me. I will be taking one-on-one sessions to help you on that. All right, with that, I will now quickly take up the questions that a lot of viewers have asked me. I have made a note of about 5-6 questions, randomly picked up 5-6 questions from the few followers who have sent me. I will answer those questions and I hope they are listening to me or they listen to me later. तो उनका जवाब मिल जाएगा. All right, so let me take up this first question. Rajesh said, I decide a lot of things, but when it comes to action, I just feel very lazy in doing that. Rajesh, you must attend my procrastination session. This is typically procrastination. It's not laziness. It is just that you're not able to convince your mind to do it right now. ये चीज़ आपको अपने माइंड को कन्विंस करना बहुत ज़रूरी है, आना चाहिए. अगर आप ये चीज़ें प्लान करते हैं, like I always say, we have wonderful goal setting people in the world, but the problem is about executing the plan. We don't know how to execute the plan. So वही चीज़ मैं सिखाती हूँ अपने procrastination session में. If you want to do that, please call me, DM me. I will be able to help you. All right. The next one is from Sneha. Sneha says, I keep going back to my ex knowing that he's not good for me, but I need him because I need someone to love me. Sneha, you don't need anyone to love you, dear. You need self-love first. And like I always say, self-love, you need to understand that you are the only person who will be with yourself from the birth till death. You don't need to seek external love. जब आप अपने आप से प्यार करना सीख जाओगे, वो आपके पर्सोना में रिफ्लेक्ट हो जाएगा, वो आपकी पर्सनालिटी में दिखेगा. और जब आप ऐसे सेल्फ कंटेंट पर्सन बन जाओगे, automatically you will attract that kind of people in your life. But don't keep going back to your ex for whatever reason. I would say that, control your mind, control your emotions. Think about your self-worth, dear. If you keep going back to one person again and again and he's hurt you multiple times, it's not worth it, because if someone loves you, he will be there with you forever. But if I guess it's not like that. I'm sorry for using such harsh words, but you need to love yourself. कोई और आपसे क्यों प्यार करेगा अगर आप खुद ही अपने आप से प्यार नहीं करते हो, right? All right, so we'll see the next one. Ekta says, every day I say that I will sleep on time, but just don't feel sleepy and watch social media or reels or YouTube videos till late night. Ekta, I just gave away the answer for you. Please keep your phone on silent. Please switch it off if need be. Put it in some other room if need be. But 11 बजे के बाद आपका फोन आपके हाथ में नहीं होना चाहिए. अगर आपका विल पावर इतना वीक है तो आप अपने माइंड को कैसे कंट्रोल करोगे? आप इतना तो आपको करना पड़ेगा अपने लिए, वरना आप कभी भी अपने माइंड को कंट्रोल नहीं कर पाएंगे. आप अपने माइंड के स्लेव बन रहे हो, आपका माइंड आपका स्लेव नहीं बन रहा. तो आपको ये चीज करना होगा, आपको अपने आप को कंट्रोल करना पड़ेगा, बताना पड़ेगा. इट्स जस्ट अ मैटर ऑफ टाइम. once, twice, thrice, do it for 21 days and you will be able to conquer your mind. If you want, you can join my 21-day challenge, Ekta, and I will teach you how to do that. I had couple of people in my group last time as well who were not able to get up on time, and today after 21 days they are thanking me कि मैम हम सुबह उठते भी हैं, अपना रेगुलर रेजिम भी फॉलो करते हैं, योगा भी करते हैं, मेडिटेशन भी करते हैं, पूरा दिन हमारा अच्छे से जाता है और हम रात को अच्छे से सो जाते हैं. सो इट्स वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट फॉर यू टू फॉलो दैट फॉर 21 days. All right, next one is Suraj. Suraj says, I have been looking for a job since last 7 months now, have tried all places. I feel I'm worthless and getting a very low self-esteem. Suraj, my dear friend, my humble request to you is do not have low self-esteem. We are in a time of a pandemic where बहुत सारी चीज़ें नहीं हो रही हैं. मैंने देखा है लोगों को 1-1, 2-2 साल तक जॉब नहीं मिल रहा. तो ऐसा नहीं है. I don't know what your situation is, where you worked earlier, not worked earlier, what is your professional status. But if I can help you in any which ways, please do reach out to me. I will try and build your confidence, because ये बोलना सिर्फ इसलिए कि मेरा जॉब नहीं है तो आई हैव लो सेल्फ एस्टीम, योर एंटायर लाइफ इज अहेड ऑफ यू. आई एम श्योर यू हैव डन मच मोर वर्क अर्लियर एज वेल. डू नॉट erase all of that or do not negate all of that just because of one thing. I'm sure you need to try at the right place at the right time and it will happen for sure. Yeah, so please approach me, Suraj, if you need any help. I will be more than happy to help you. All right, and the last one that I'm taking is from Anurag. Anurag says, my mind keeps wandering a lot. I like to focus, but my mind goes into watching television, videos, web series, etc. or chatting with my friends. How do I get focused on my studies? Anurag, like I just said about few minutes back, anchoring is a wonderful technique even to get you in a focused mindset. हम बोलते हैं ना कि हमें फोकस्ड होना है, फोकस माइंडसेट चाहिए, काम माइंडसेट चाहिए, हमें डिस्टर्बेंस नहीं चाहिए. वो वाला माइंडसेट भी अचीव कर सकते हैं हम एंकरिंग टेक्निक से. सो कॉल मी, DM me, I will help you. I will teach you the anchoring technique and you can go a long way if you are able to focus on your mind, even if it is for half an hour. मैं ये नहीं कह रही हूँ कि आपको 4 घंटे फोकस करना है, वो पॉसिबल ही नहीं है. ह्यूमन माइंड के लिए वो पॉसिबल नहीं है. लेकिन आधे घंटे के लिए अगर आप फोकस कर पाओ, हर आधे घंटे के बाद एक 5 मिनट का ब्रेक ले लो, बट वो आधा घंटा आपको अच्छे से करना है. मैंने ये लास्ट टाइम भी बताया था. तो आपको मैं ये टेक्निक सिखा सकती हूँ और आप उसको आगे अमल करेंगे तो डेफिनेटली यू विल बी मच मोर फोकस्ड इन योर स्टडीज एज वेल. All right, so that's it. That's it from my side, guys. I will see if there are any more questions. Darius, hi, thanks for joining in. Darius says you're best motivational speaker for us. Thank you, Darius. Thank you so much for your appreciation. Thank you so much, Swati. It was a wonderful, powerful session. Srinivas says that. Thank you, Srinivas. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate that. Janvi says such a powerful session, as such a powerful host. Thank you so much, Janvi. I love you, dear. Pradeep and Manohar, thanks for joining in, guys. All right, so that brings me to the end of our session, guys. मैंने आज इस वीडियो में बहुत सारे पॉइंट्स शेयर किए, अराउंड 10 पॉइंट्स शेयर किए हैं कि कैसे आप अपने माइंड को कंट्रोल कर सकते हैं. एक माइंड कोच आपको बता रही है कि अपने माइंड को कैसे कंट्रोल करना है. इस वीडियो को जरूर देखिए, एंड तक देखिए, बिकॉज आई एम श्योर यू विल गेट अ लॉट ऑफ इनसाइट्स फ्रॉम इट. एंड डू लेट मी नो इफ इट इज रियली वर्कड फॉर यू. लेट मी नो इन माई DM और माई मैसेजेस और चैट, वट एवर. अगर आपको ये सेशन से आपको कुछ यूज हुआ है और अगर आपने इसको प्रैक्टिस किया है, आई विल लव टू हियर फ्रॉम यू. Thank you very much, guys. Have a great week ahead. I will see you next Sunday. Bye-bye. Good night.